Welcome to IELTS speaking simulation test done by focusielts.com. My name is Ani and I will be your practice examiner for today. May I know your name, please?
My name is Eduardo. You can call me Eduardo or Edu.
Okay, so today we are going to do the speaking simulation practice test. I'm going to give you instruction for each part of the test. And then after that, I will give you feedback at the end. So to start with, we are going to cover part 1 first. Now in this part of the test, I'm going to ask you some question about yourself. In the real IELTS test, at the beginning of your test, you might be asked to provide your identification card that you use to register yourself. However, since this is only practice test, so we do not need to do it today. Do you understand?
Yes.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a little bit nervous so far.
What did you do after this practice test? What will you do after this practice test?
There's nothing I have leisure time.
Okay, now we are going to cover part 1. Let us talk about shopping. Do you enjoy shopping?
Yes, of course. I shopping every time I went to Surabaya, like clothes or something that I needed.
How often do you go shopping and what do you buy?
I think every time I went to Surabaya, it can be 1 month or 2 months, and mostly I shopping some clothes.
So, do you prefer to go shopping alone or with other people?
I prefer to go with other people because it is more exciting. I think we can share our opinion about the clothes or style.
I would like to move on and ask you some questions about food. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is pizza.
What kind of restaurants do you like to eat out?
I like to eat it at Pizza Hut, maybe, or Domino Pizza.
What would your perfect meal be?
My perfect meal is a breakfast with toast, egg, sausage, and also milk.
Okay, I would like to talk now about your hobbies. Tell me about any hobbies you have.
I have hobbies swimming and playing music. I like playing piano. I mostly do it when there's leisure time.
Are there any hobbies you would like to have in the future?
I think I don't have any because I like all my hobbies now.
Do you think hobbies should be relaxing or should they be exciting?
I think it can be both because I like my hobbies and it is really exciting and relaxing.
Okay, that is the end of part 1. Now we are going to move to part 2. I'm going to give you a topic and then I would like you to talk for about 1 up to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to prepare, 1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
In the real IELTS test, you might get some paper and also pencil, but since this is only the practice test, so we do not need to do it now. So here is the topic. You will have 1 minute to prepare. You may start now. Okay, I'm going to stop you there for the preparation time. Now you will have 2 minutes, 1 up to 2 minutes to talk about this.
So
You may start now.
okay, as I am a student of senior high school, I have learned so many topic course, such as physics, mathematics, chemistry, biology, and many else. Uh, Mostly I enjoyed the course like mathematics, physics, chemistry, but I don't really enjoy the biology. I think biology has too many study to memorize something, but uh, I like some topic in biology that um, adapting from our life. I really like physics, mathematics, and chemistry because it learns about solving problems, and when it is done, I really enjoy. In the future, I will learn mostly about physics and mathematics, so it will be great.
Okay. I'm going to ask you 2 questions related to this one. Related to the course that you have done and you found them useful. Are you in touch with anyone from the course now?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Are you still in touch with anyone from the course now?
Oh, of course. I still have many friends from study at senior high school. I still chatting and communicate with call, WhatsApp, or anything else.
Would you like to go on a course like that again?
Of course, it is really exciting. I miss my time at offline school like 2 years ago.
Okay, that is the end of part 2. So we have been talking about a course you have done and then you found it useful. Now we are going to move to part 3. I'm going to ask you some questions related to the topic given before. First, let us consider homework. Do you think it is important that children are given homework?
Yes, it's really important. It can memorize our brain that have learned something, so we can learn it twice.
How much homework should they be given?
It must be not really much, so that the student will not be tired of writing or done it.
Do you think parents should help their children with their homework or should it be done alone?
I think for the elementary school, parents can help them to solve it, but for junior high school or higher, maybe the student can do it alone.
Now we will discuss the relationship between education and work. How important is it to have a university education to get a job in your country?
In my country, to get a job, you must have a certificate or anything from the studies like university. So if you have study on big university, it have more change to accept on big companies.
Okay, second question. Does having a degree from another country enhance employment opportunities in your country?
I think it can be. Some big companies more trust with the certificate from the other country, because it is like more higher quality of education.
What impacts do students who have studied abroad have on their country of origin when they come home?
It will impact with their education, of course, and their experiences can be help them on the work soon.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the speaking simulation test done by focusielts.com. Now I'm going to give you some feedbacks. So I'm going to give you feedbacks on 4 criteria. The first one is coherence and fluency. So here, it is to see whether you can answer the question well. You could provide relevant information, relevant answer to the question, and then you can answer it fluently. So here in part 1, part 2, and part 3, that is great that you could answer the question well, fluently, and also you could give relevant information. However, there are things that you have to put in mind, you have to improve, is that if you find out questions or topic that you are not familiar with it, or you have no experience at it, then please do not speak too slowly. If you speak too slowly, it will hold down your band score for coherence and fluency. Let us move on to the second one, lexical resources. So lexical resources, it is to see whether you could, whether you have a wide range of vocabulary. And then you could use the vocabulary flexibly in talking about any topics. So here, it is expected that you could use less common vocabulary and then less idiomatic vocabulary. One of the ways to do that is by using more advanced vocabulary and also advanced phrases, collocation, and also idioms. Do you know any idioms?
Not really.
Have you ever heard the idiom, I am over the moon?
Oh, yeah.
I am on cloud 9. Okay, so one of the way to show that you have a wide range of vocabulary, and then one of the easiest way to help you reduce using common vocabulary is by using idioms. So you could use those idioms to help you. The second one is that, is it expected that you could paraphrase the question? It means that you do not repeat the question in your answer. So for example, the question, what is your favorite food? And then you say, my favorite food is. So it is better if you could paraphrase. So for example, what is your favorite food? I am a big fan of pizza. So I would definitely go with pizza as my favorite. And then that is about vocabulary. So it is better if you could go with less common vocabulary and also paraphrase the question in your answer. It means that you do not repeat the question in your answer. And then the third one, we are going to talk about grammatical range and accuracy. So here, the examiner is going to see whether you have a wide range of grammar. You could use different types of sentences in talking. So here, it is expected that you will not only use simple sentence, but you could also use compound and complex sentences. To help you make compound and complex sentences, you could use what is it called by linking words or linking devices. So for example, if the examiner asks you a question, do you like shopping? And then you could say, instead of just saying, I do like shopping, of course, I like shopping, you could answer it like, although many people are a big fan of shopping, I personally dislike it. So you could go with that. And then next one, talking about grammatical mistakes, there are some things that you have to pay attention to. There are some grammatical mistakes that you made. The first one is I shopping. It will be better if I am shopping. Every time I went. And then it should be it has. And then more higher. So this one is like repetition, more higher. Next one is pronunciation. It is very good already that you could talk, you could pronounce the word correctly, and also you could talk in which that it could be heard by everyone here. The other thing that I would like to underline is that if you find out the question that you are familiar with, or the topic that you like it, or you familiar with that already, do not speak too fast, because if you speak too fast, it will hold down your pen score for pronunciation. Do you have questions so far?
I don't have.
Okay, one more. Part 1, part 2, and part 3, they are different, each part. In part 1, if you talk within 2 or 3 sentences, that is okay, because it is part 1. But in part 3, it is expected that you could talk longer. You have to provide reasons and also examples behind your answer. And in part 2, to get the examiner's attention, it is better if you could go with introduction at first. So you could say, I would like to talk about. Pay attention to the question carefully. Let me show you again. Describe a course you have done that you found useful. A course. So it is only one course that you could go to explain in detail. For part 2, there are 4 questions that you have to answer. Make sure within 1 up to 2 minutes, you will not miss any. So you have to answer all questions. That is called task completion. So do you have questions?
No.
Okay, since you have no question, thank you for joining me in the IELTS speaking simulation test done by focusielts.com. So have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.